Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and I'm in south of Tampa, Florida, and it and it's what February 1st. Oh man, 2021, and I'll tell you, weather's great. Today's kind of cold. It's only in the 60s today. I think 67, 68, something like that. But it's been interesting. In my world, I'm not a rich guy. And man, every one of these places down here in my world, I would consider them rich folk. And but it's kind of funny because it's a little different for them. I say everybody down here is old, and they say this is heaven's waiting room. So it is. They're old. Uh, they don't really get a lot done. They get a lot of young people are the ones that are doing the work. You know, working on the pools, doing the handyman stuff and all that, and they don't get paid much. These old, I'll tell you, old people are a lot like me. They don't have a lot of money. I'll put it this way: they're a lot like me. They don't like spending a lot of their money. And these old rich people are. There's not much difference because they don't like spending their money either. So they're pretty cheap. And but I say I'm along the Coast, and it's kind of cool. I really like it. Um, they say that it's going to get over 100, about 110 in the summer, so that's why they're not going to be here come summer. But I'm not sure what happens. I think they just close. And they say right now they don't have Canadians down here and don't have Europeans down here. Normally they have a lot of them, so there's normally a whole lot more traffic. So I thought it was plenty of traffic already, but I guess it's even more under normal conditions. Now, I don't know if you heard, but silver is, they're doing something really weird with the silver. And I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but something strange is happening with silver. So I hope you got a bunch of silver. And I'm not sure when you have it, you know, does that mean when the price gets crazy and starts going crazy, are you supposed to sell it? I don't know. This is what everybody's been asking me. And I've been telling them, I don't know. I give all mine away. So, you know, doesn't make, I don't buy it for an investment. So big old blocks of silver don't do me any good. I like pretty stuff that I give away. But I sure hope you have some. And I hope you've been doing it. I say for me, I'll buy a couple $100 every month, you know, so it just, and it's been going. I've been doing that forever and ever. And I'm always looking for some really good stuff and all that stuff that, like I say, I can give away. And man, it's funny because I find people down here they buy $5,000, $10,000 at a time. I'm thinking, wow, man. But like I say, they don't, and I find it odd that they're not buying on a regular basis. I mean, if you got the money, the way to do it is, you know, 200 or 300, 500 a month, every month. Buy that. Buy it in different places. Ask questions. Find out who are some good people, and when you sell it, ask them how much it's going to be when you sell it. You know, they're going to give you 60% of the value. Uh, the place that I used to sell, it's been a long time since I sold any, but I was able to get 92% and off spot value on it. So, but anyway, you can watch the silver market is getting goofy. Um, I've been having more and more people from down here in Florida been getting a hold of me. Uh, I'll I'll probably be trying to hit them before I leave, and then, like I say, I'll be heading west. But it not my leaving hasn't even been set up yet, so I'm not looking at leaving yet. So I don't know when I'm gonna be leaving, but anyway, so many things are going on. I'm talking political stuff, and I noticed today when I first came down here, it was a 210, maybe 220 in some places. Now it's 250 a gallon for gas. So I think this new administration is shaking things up, kind of like Trump. He kind of shook things up too. The only thing is, it was different because now things are different, and I'm not quite sure how all this is going to turn out, but it's getting kind of funky looking, and caution seems to be the word that comes to mind for me, and that's basically what's going to be happening. Is I'm going to start being a little more cautious in my lifestyle. It's like I say, there's more regulations, and regulations is the way they control people. So a lot of it in Cuba and China. Uh, you know, it's really weird how they put all these regulations so they can control people, and it really limits what you can do. And that's what's going on. And I don't understand how that works, because uh, people don't make money when you limit what they can do. The way to make everybody prosperous is open it up, let people work, let people do things, let use their imaginations, and start businesses, and do things. But now, I say traveling is going to be a little more difficult. Not only the price of gas, that's what's scaring me. I'm thinking, well, what's the price of gas going to be in a month? Just think, March 1st, what's the price of gas going to be? So, and then when you think a month ago it was less than $2, so, I don't know. It's going to be kind of weird. But anyway, one of the other things I thought was kind of strange is because now, one of the regulations is on federal land, federal property, you're supposed to be masked up, and I don't wear a mask. And so I've been looking, boy, there's a lot of federal property. Even down here, there's a lot of federal property. I mean, there's the parks and stuff like that. I thought it was really odd because they said it was this is federal land, and you pay to do stuff, and you put your money in to pay to park, pay to go into these places, and all this kind of stuff. And I thought, because they said, well, you pay because they use that money to maintain it. And I thought, well, that's kind of odd, because on my beliefs, if you can't maintain whatever property you have, you lose it. In other words, if you got, let's say you own 10 cars, well, you try to maintain 10 cars. It gets expensive. And eventually they're just going to turn to crap. Mice are going to get in there, and they're just going to, you're not driving them, you're not using them, it's going to start getting bad. And then, now I know a lot of y'all are city folk, but country folk, you own 40 acres, you own 120 acres, or you own a couple thousand acres, it doesn't matter. If you've got so much property, you can't take care of it, you can't maintain it, it's going to start becoming a headache. This is one of the reasons why people are getting all excited. Gates is buying up all this farmland and stuff like that. Well, owning it and maintaining it, taking care of it, is a different thing than buying it. And then you get that much, well, I can go out there and get a few acres and start doing something with it. And then, they're called squatters' rights. And I get on it, I do stuff with it, and eventually it'll be mine. And but anyway, that doesn't really get to me. One of the things that does kind of concern me is we already realized a lot of these laws. There's different laws. It depends on who you are, what political party you belong to, if you're in government. They got different laws. It's not, whether a land was land guided by laws, that kind of stuff, because it's not. They got different rules. That's why they can do really weird things. Man, I hear these politicians buying up stuff, and then they make laws, and then bammo, wouldn't you know, they make more money. And it's funny, they're doing the same thing in third world countries. I mentioned it when I was down in Central America. You want to start a business down there, you get a cousin or something of the president or somebody in office, and you can make your business run. If you don't have any of them in there, then you're going to have to deal with a lot of regulations. They regulate a lot too. And they use the regulations on people that they don't want in competition. That's why you get kinfolk of people like that. And it's kind of like that in our government. So, and now it's getting really apparent. You can see who goes to jail and who doesn't go to jail. This has become a joke now. Even our judicial system, there's no judicial system I've seen that's really good, but ours is now ranked with all the bad ones. It's really weird. And you see this stuff, and and this is what I was talking about. I had somebody say, well, you know all this stuff, but what are you going to do about it? And this is what I said: you prepare. And you prepare, and then, something will happen, and then if you're prepared, you can take advantage of it. If you're not prepared, you're just going to be stomped on. You're just go get in line, and like the communist countries do, go get in line, and then maybe you can get some rice, or, get some meat or something like that. They regulate it. They give you a coupon book allowing you so much, And these are places that they can grow a lot of food, but they don't. Because everybody's so damn lazy. Everybody's waiting for the government to do things. And this is what I think is funny. Every morning, like I say, I'm not religious. I'm not religious at all. And I don't have no problems against religions, because I know there's a lot of religions. I've seen a lot of them. I like to get involved in all these religions because it's interesting how they work. But I'm highly spiritual. So I'm not in any certain religion, but I am highly spiritual. And it's funny because I give thanks for my health. I give thanks for wrecks. And I give thanks that my truck's working. I give thanks I got my camper to live in. And, I give thanks to the government. No. Because the government doesn't give me this stuff. If I waited for the government to give it to me, then I would be kind of like a communist. So socialist communists, that's what they do. They wait for the government. That's why they're not big in religion or spiritual stuff, because they know the government provides. And that's going to be a problem, because there's going to be more policemen are going to be police. Why? Because they get food, and then they get extra benefits. And the laws, or they got different laws to go by. Kind of like the politicians, they're going to have the food, and they're going to. So everybody's going to be a politician or bureaucrat, want to work for the government. Well, communist countries, everybody works for the government. If you got a job, you work for the government. Everybody works for the government. So everybody praises the government for everything that they have. and it's really weird. And I'm just seeing it more and more, and I don't know what's going to happen. But it's interesting times. That's why I say prepare. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.